Shalom, Joyce.
We're now live. We're now live. Hi, it's Jeff Pulver together with
Amy
Amy.
Zerner
We forgot who we are.
and our special guest Jenna.
And because if
Back for a second time.
it's Monday, you know it's time for Ask.
Ask
the
Oracles.
There you go. So welcome everyone from far and away and nearby. First, I'll check in with Amy Monty and ask, how was your week? How are things going over there?
Things are okay. I mean, our cat has put us through the ringer, but
We want to be tough like our Zane.
Yeah,
He's showing us the way.
Yeah.
So we're happy about that. He keeps us going. He keeps us going and going.
And serving him like slaves. But he couldn't stand up, and now he's sort of back to normal, looking at us like, "What's your problem?"
Right. But that's all. You know, we had so many prayers. Like 1,000 people prayed for Zane. We were so touched by that, and obviously it works. So
And
anybody that needs our prayers, feel free to ask.
And the Wild Goddess Oracle
It's practically sold out.
is practically sold out. It just came out this week, and
Congratulations.
if you pre-ordered it, you got it. And there's we're going to put in the chat the stores that still have some, but all the stores and distributors that pre-ordered got their stuff. And then TJ Maxx, believe it or not, Home Goods swept in and ordered 2,500.
I can't wait to go into Home Goods and see the Wild Goddess Oracle.
Yeah,
If we had dreamt about that in 1969, I don't know what we would have thought.
and we do go to TJ Maxx. I'm telling you that right now. So
For TJ Maxx, I always ask Monty what I'm going to find. I ask him psychically before I go. He's always right.
yeah, I said she was going to get a coat. Usually I say she's going to get a yellow sundress, and there is no such thing.
And I don't wear yellow, but that's a joke.
Right. So our books are all going out of stock. We want to thank everybody for buying our books and spreading the word and leaving reviews on Amazon.
Yes. Yes, leave reviews if you got it.
And the Enchanted Tarot, if you want it, I think the only place you can get it is Amazon or Spencer Gifts.
That's coming in the next shipment in November. All our books are like sitting in freighters off the West Coast.
And
it's not a terrible problem to have.
No, we're not complaining. But for Amy's art book, we might have to go out with a Zodiac raft out to some ship sitting off the coast and do like a video game raid.
Pirate thing.
And Jeff, what have you been up to? Because you're up to some exciting stuff this week too.
Yeah, well, last week I gave my very first introduction to NFTs class to help for anyone who has heard the term and wasn't sure what it was and really was interested in getting involved. I taught a pre-introduction class, assuming no knowledge at all, and it went so well that most of the people in class asked me, okay, so they forgot it was not a course. They asked me when the next class was, and it just opened up my mind to realize, what, this knowledge needs to be shared. So this week, of course, I scheduled the continuation of NFT 100 to NFT 101. I also opened up a redo of the NFT 100 class, which is tomorrow. 101 is on Wednesday, and on Thursday, I'm doing Introduction to Web3, because when we talk about NFTs, we're really talking about a new beginning, which is really, imagine the first time you were on the internet and you were wowed by a web browser and you could travel the world by entering different websites. Well, that's what's old is new again feeling is coming again. And it's a brave new world in front of us. I would say that people that are growing up on the internet today, a lot of Gen Zs and millennials take Web3 for granted. But while that's happening, we're here doing our stuff and we're coexisting, but we're not leveraging that future. So I'm building those bridges and sharing the knowledge with the hope that we can go into this new generation together. And I'm just wowed by all that. And I actually got inspired to rethink some stuff I did a long time ago to bring stuff into that future too. So I'm excited, ecstatically excited actually. And so I'm very happy about that. But we do have unfortunately some sobering news to share, don't we?
We do, in the sense that
we had to cancel our wonderful Halloween event. And I know some of you have gotten tickets. And we're going to refund everybody, but
I think they're already refunded.
We refunded before the show.
But all these retrogrades just made it, we had to back off on a few of our commitments. So we'll do something special again with all of our wonderful Oracle guests.
And if you happen to be in Southampton, in November 6th, come meet us on a positive note, because Amy's having a show of her work in Southampton, Long Island, New York at Fine Art, which is 4 North Main Street in
I'm
Southampton.
gonna have some of the original Wild Goddess art pieces and some big new tapestries. I haven't been sitting idle.
No, we haven't. And we are so excited to have with us a returning champion,
Jenna Matlin.
Jenna Matlin.
Yay!
Are you ready to rumble, Jenna?
Yes. Mercury is about direct and I am here for it. I am ready.
Oh my God.
We've all been feeling all those little setbacks and annoyances. Monty was down in the basement doing plumbing for 3 days. I mean, it takes every which way form, right?
Yeah. Check out this. This is the Sun and Mars together with Mercury, which is now doesn't have that little prescription symbol. So it's not retrograde anymore. And Pluto is not retrograde down here. Wait, I actually have a magnifier. I'm so prepared. Pluto is not retrograde. Nothing. So many of the planets are not retrograde. Pluto is not retrograde.
So it's
Saturn, Jupiter, not retrograde. The only 2 retrograde planets are Neptune and Uranus, which is sudden inspiration or goosebumps that free
like
you.
Jeff just had.
Exactly what you're describing. But the whole thing is when all the planets go direct again, as Jenna was saying, it's like a train has been going backwards, all of a sudden starts going forwards again.
And things fall off.
So grab your glass of champagne and get ready for Ask the Oracles.
Hey, Jenna, what do you got going on? I know you're planning a special trip to Ireland. What are the dates for that?
Hi, everyone. Yes, I have actually 2 retreats to Ireland next year. The April one has sold out. We have some dates left in August. The actual days are like August 15th or something or other. Anyways, it's 10 days. 10 days, we're going to be staying in a castle. It's all around building and working on your psychic capacities and also using them in what's called the thin places of Ireland. So we will be going to Newgrange, the Hills of Tara, Cliffs of Moher, and a lot of really beautiful Neolithic sites. So you can really connect with that energy, a lot of vortex energy in Ireland. I think we have only about 5 or 6 spots left for the August one. You can find it on my website, jennamatlin.com, or reach out to me on jennamatlin.com for more info, and I will be happy to give it to you. So I can't wait. I get to go to Ireland twice next year. That's like such a treat.
Is that part of your ancestry?
Yeah, probably.
Past lifetime, right?
Yeah, I went there on a lark and had one of the most intense metaphysical experiences of my life at Newgrange. Completely definite past life connection, like Neolithic past life connection. And I wanted to be able to, help facilitate other people who feel that call to be there. So I cannot wait. It's really exciting.
10 days is a nice long time to get the energy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they just installed a new all wood hot tub at the castle, and it is a real castle, still owned by gentry. It's on like probably 25 acres. It has its own herd of deer that you can visit. Yeah, it's really special. And just a little haunted. Just a little haunted.
A sprinkling.
A sprinkling of fun. Cool.
Amazing.
I want to just tell all our friends on Facebook, if you're watching us live on Facebook, you can't
Hi, Facebook fans.
Yes, of course. But you can't ask questions. You have to go to pulver.com and register once, and then you come into our Zoom audience where you can ask questions. No politics, no health.
So guys, I hope you're putting your questions in the chat for us.
They're good. Are you
Jenna
ready?
said she was downloading before.
Oh, she's
She's
ready.
been downloading for days.
She's ready. She's ready to kick some butt.
I'm ready.
First question of the day. From Memphis. Looks like our first question is coming from Memphis. Welcome to the show. If you could unmute yourself. Where are you based?
I'm in Philadelphia.
Cool.
And what is your
name?
Yeah, that's the city of brotherly love.
Yes.
We'll have to change that soon too.
Oh, right.
The
Person love.
right, the city of sibling love.
so
What's your
how
question, Memphis?
Well, I recently had started working with a new to me guide, and things have been like just really intense. Like so much stuff has started to shift and change in my life, and while I recognize that it's mostly positive and things that I needed, it is also like it's a lot. So I was kind of wondering if there's anything that I need to know that I don't know now with working with this deity, or any other information that might help me with continuing to be able to work with them going.
As the author of the Psychic Circle and the Enchanted Spell Board and the Pathfinder, you have to be careful about calling them a deity, because
You got the power.
right, the magic's in you. The spirits that we contact through the boards, you can't be sure of if they're at that level, because to me a deity is that's a major thing. So maybe that was just your choice of words, but that would be the first thing I would say as your cockamamie counselor for the day. It's an old New York word meaning a fake tattoo.
Cockamamie. I got the Six of Hearts, which is fun and joy and playing, make it play, not taking it so seriously. And I got the Grace. So the Grace is about forgiveness, and to you be the mirror for the divine forces, feel it in yourself and don't give the power to something outside of yourself. I hope that helps. That's what I got for you.
That both of those do make sense.
What do you get, Jenna?
Yeah, so I'm actually working with the now out of print Mythic Tarot. If anybody knows, I felt called to
That's
use
out
that.
of print.
That came
Well,
out.
this is the first one that's out of print. Yeah, this is the old one, the OG.
I know exactly when it came out because Karma Cards came out the same year.
Yeah.
I pulled through for you, and hi Memphis. We're buddies, so yay, you're like first, and you're like my person. Okay, so here's what I got for you. I got the Emperor, which is Zeus in this reading or in this deck, and then I have the Knight of Swords for you, and then I have Six of Swords. This is really powerful. Someone who's shown up who's like, oh my God, like. You can't have a day job and work with this person or work with this energy. They want everything and they want it now. Knight of Swords, it feels like you're holding on to a live wire that has no coating anymore. And I feel with that Six of Swords is the final card here. I feel like it's okay to say this is too much for me right now. Just because you've been chosen doesn't mean that you actually have to take that invitation at the moment. It can be like, can we table this? Can I get like just a nice little gentle, I don't know, some Aphrodite energy? I don't know. But when I'm seeing this, it's like this may be a little bit more than you've got time with. And I don't think you need to worry about insulting. By saying this invitation may be a little more than I can really deal with right now.
And at first I thought that might be something that would upset her, but she was like, I don't really get that feeling anymore. Like she's there whether I work or not. So it's kind of like, I'll just sit over here and wait then, if that's,
And just to reinforce what's being shared, I got 3 words for you to analyze where you're at, feel that resistance, and to actually to pause.
Wow.
Same thing.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. That was a great question, by the way.
Thanks, Memphis.
Well, thanks.
Thank you, Memphis. Next up is Julie. I think if Julie can get to the camera.
Julie or her painting.
There she is.
There she is. She jumped in.
I like that she slid in. That was great.
That was very professional.
There we go. Hi.
Welcome to the show, Julie.
Yes.
Good morning.
The question is.
Yes, I have have bumped into a really good remote viewing teacher. I have faith in her and in the modality. But my question is if it would be a good investment of my time and resources to take the training right now to become a remote viewer. Would I actually do it? It's a big question.
I got a great feeling.
Yes, I get the Nine of Pentacles, which is independence, it's abundance, it's, you know, it's about, you can make money doing this and it's going to make you feel, you know, secure and grounded. I think that's you in the card.
And Amy and I had the pleasure of meeting Ingo Swan actually when he was alive. If you're into remote viewing, you know who he is, and it's very powerful energy. So, and I got a great feeling from it.
Cool. It'd be working with Lori Williams, who I think trained under him and the man he trained, whose name is
right.
Escape me. Cool. Yes. Thank you. Good.
And
I was it seems a little more disciplined than I personally tend to be, so I was a little worried.
Well, it was used by the governments of the world, and still is.
Very seriously.
Yeah, Ingo took it pretty damn seriously. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's actually footage of Carter saying it was through viewers that found like a downed warplane or something like that. Like,
yeah, they also found a submarine, I think.
So what I got for you, Julie, well, first, when you become a remote viewer, I need you on my short phone number list because I lose everything. I'll be like, Julie, I got some keys. I gotta get out of here.
Sure.
But what I got for you was this. I got Ace of Cups, beautiful. And really with what Amy said, Six of Pentacles, there is money to be made or resources of exchange. And finally, and I think you may find this maybe surprising, Queen of Swords comes up for you, Julie. Wow. So what I see that is that you're going to be very detail-oriented remote viewer, very exacting remote viewer. Trust the level of detail that you're getting. And to trust yourself to really step into the discipline of this training that you're in. I think it's really going to be far more natural than you might be worried about now. So it's good. Good stuff.
You.
And
thank you.
As Monty was saying, I was also saying yes. It feels good, and the words I got, which now I understand after listening, is there's secrets, there's communication, and your wish is granted. So
nice.
Wow. Whoa, I'm on it. Thank you so much, guys. This is what I needed to hear. I appreciate it.
It came through loud and clear.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. Hi, Marty.
Hi.
Hey, Marty.
I'm back. Hello. Well, I could ask you about 85 questions, but I pared it down to one, hopefully.
Good.
I've made some business decisions in the last 2 to 3 weeks, and I would like to know how you see those panning out over the next month.
Well, I got the Queen of Pentacles, and I know you know what that means. So
yes,
that's all business and that's all manifestation. And so that's, yes, you did the right thing and it's going to work out.
But I don't think it's going to come to full fruition until after a month. I think it's going to, it has a growth period of actually 3 months.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm getting like the answer is yes, but I do feel like there's a little bit of maybe some rapids along the way. We have judgment in the first position. There's going to be some big shifts, but with the 6 of Cups, 2 of Cups combination, I think those shifts are others, not necessarily you. I feel like when I'm looking at this, I'm getting a sense of you maybe convincing someone or dragging someone to work with you in these new processes on some level and really getting their buy-in and facilitating their openness to change on what you've initiated is going to be really the big ticket item in how this is going to go. So I hope that's helpful.
It is. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Marty, I have 3 words for you. The confidence, courage, and manifestation. So
good. Thank you. Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
A real quick note to everybody who reached out to me. I've been moving. I've been in the middle of moving, and I've had a couple of pretty serious physical challenges. So hopefully my on-order electric wheelchair that I can hardly wait to get so I can go zooming up and down the hallway, is going to come now that Mercury is direct. So I do appreciate all your good thoughts and wishes and people keeping in touch. So I am back and ready to roll.
We love you, Marty.
Love
and
you.
Good,
Thank you.
good luck with that.
Thank you.
You know, spiritual people are tough people
Yes.
because you face as much reality as you can get.
Hi, Alexandra. How are you doing?
Hi,
Right.
Where are you joining us from?
Wilmington, Delaware.
Welcome.
Thank you. I've had quite a monumental year. I've been writing a memoir and using somatic writing process and doing some family constellation, ancestral healing, and learning a lot about all of that. But on the practical side, I've had considerable trouble stabilizing my finances so that I can embark on these journeys. And it's really, really wreaking havoc on my mental health. So I'm hoping to get some support there. Just
Is that your question? You
So-
want to know how to make more stability with your financial situation?
yeah,
The challenge of every creative person, right?
it is.
You know, I can see from what I see in your room there that you're a neat, orderly, organized person. So I'm actually surprised by your question, because if you applied that same principle to that, I would think it wouldn't be very hard for you to organize that kind of reaction. I mean, I got the Mars card. Thank you, Michelle Marie. So the Mars card is about drive, confronting, action. You know, force yourself to energize, confront, force yourself to. So it's all about really pushing it forward and focusing on that for a minute.
I got the courage card from the tarot, which kind of goes along with what Monty is saying. It's like, you just have to up your game. You know, you're feeling sensitive, as we all are, and you just have to kind of find that will in yourself to keep it going and to have courage. And I got the higher self, and the higher self to me in the Wild Goddess Oracle means, you know, expanding your efforts for guidance from your higher self. So be brave and just, you know, pull in the spiritual stuff more than ever. I know you said that's what you're working on, but
Yeah.
it works. It all works.
It's nothing you can't do.
Yeah, we have to be brave.
Okay.
That card really worked for that, because it had a
So-
warrior.
What I'm seeing here is interesting. It's very similar along the lines of what's been kind of said. I'm getting 4 of Swords in the first position, and then I'm getting Queen of Swords,
Wow,
and then I'm getting Ace of Wands as the final. So
Mars.
what, yeah. So what this is saying to me is that there's maybe an over consideration that's keeping you kind of stuck. The message I'm really seeing here is look at just implementing the most viable option to get money in those coffers right now. It's really about stopping the bleeding. And I think there's been a lot of like really high energy work that needs to really be put into action, even if the action is not ideal right now. Do not let perfection be the enemy of the good. I think there are some short-term things that you could be implementing to really start shifting some of that. And again, that Ace of Wands, what do we need to immediately initiate so that we're building structures to support the things that are going to come later? So that's what I'm seeing.
Great message.
And I pulled cards, but when you were talking, my feeling is that what you need to do is allow yourself to find the thing you're truly most passionate about, because being stuck, you actually need to find a way to move forward. And so everyone has a different process to getting unstuck. And don't be afraid to actually turn that into a business, because as a creator, you are truly unbounded in anything and everything you can do. You just have to sometimes let yourself be free and free yourself to let go of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt of what lies ahead. Because if you don't put yourself in the flow of the moment, then you will never get to that moment. So let go, embrace who you are. You know who you are. Step back into that power and start that business that where your passionate is aligned with your power, and you will get to where you need to be. money will not be the issue. It's just that how much time you put into it will drive what happens. And so you just have to set yourself free into yourself, and you will go to places you just could only dream of.
You know, in my own experience, when I was homeless and I was chanting Namo Yo Renge Kyo, hoping to change reality, after about a day of chanting, I realized I better go out and get a job, and I did, and you know, it was a crap job, not really crap. Well, it was crap. I was shining rings in the jewelry district, but you know, at a certain point, if the shit hit the fan now, I mean, I'd work as a plumber. I'd work as, when you need the money, you got to go out and just do whatever you
Yes,
can.
the perfectionism. Is that what you said, Jenna? That was a great line.
I love
Don't let perfection be the enemy of good.
Right.
Of good. Yeah.
Like that. I mean, it's nothing you can't do. If you can keep your house that neat, you can do anything.
Yeah, but you have to let yourself, you have to let go of what's that perfectionism. That's something that you need to unlock that key and let yourself then be. And it's not the short-term work you can get, right? But if you want to look beyond just making ends meet, that's where I think the alignment of your soul with your passion and your work will come together.
Alessandra, do you work with Feng Shui at all? Because you know what they say when you walk in the entrance, you know, the corner to your left, that's your money corner. So think about maybe enhancing that with light or a plant or a crystal.
And make sure there's no dead plants in any of those corners, because
We've seen that happen.
yeah, we had a friend who was like complaining about her partner being like a puppet, and she had a puppet in the corner.
She actually had a puppet hanging there.
And she was like, he's so wooden. I don't understand. You know, feng shui could actually be pretty funny sometimes. That was a good. The questions today are awesome. Ask the Oracles, Rockin' Out edition.
Rock it out. Just love it. Thank you.
Hi, Phyllis.
Hey, Phyllis. Hey, Philon.
Oh, Phyllis.
Hi.
Is this now? Who's Phyllis?
My mom.
Oh,
Hi,
hi.
Mom.
We love your
Hi.
daughter.
I see the resemblance. Beautiful.
And
You
so
have a question for us?
so she
Phyllis?
finally convinced you to come on. Okay, great.
Yeah,
Good question.
I was working on a project. I was wondering, am I wasting my time or
Big
should
no.
I keep going?
Big no from my side. While they pick stuff, I do my psychic stuff, and a big no about wasting your time.
So I get the Master Craftsman card, which is also the perfectionist. So that kind of goes back to the previous question. Don't let perfectionism stop you. We've all had that happen. You know, is it going to be right? Are people going to like it? Is it the perfect way? Is it the best way? So I definitely keep going on it. It says you're the master of this.
Right. Do you have a PhD also, like your daughter?
No, she's loved school ever since she was little. She used to cry on snow days because she couldn't go to school.
Oh,
She is so awesome.
You know, growing up in California, I was always so jealous of people on the East Coast getting snow days. All we got was like, go run and hide under a desk in case an earthquake crashes the roof on top of you. I was like, this is not a fair trade. Anyways, Phyllis, what I have for you is 7 of Pentacles in the first position, along with Ace of Swords and the Emperor. Again, Emperor's making himself known today, big time. My feeling of this is that there's some level of frustration, or that you're waiting for somebody or something else to come through to really align with what you're trying to push forward. And I feel like this is an incredible moment with that Ace of Swords of having those awkward conversations and really coming to truth and being like, are you going to do this or what? Are you going to show up or what? We need to know. And then where your boundaries are in this. How much are you really needing to facilitate that other person? And also how much you may even be enabling them in some way. And maybe it might be time to cut that loose. That's what I really feel here. You don't need to ask anyone for permission. You can give it to yourself. Give it to yourself. That's what I got.
And now batting cleanup.
Okay, thanks, guys.
And yeah, 3 words: share, transformation, and confidence.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So just make it so, please.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I like that everybody's readings confirms what I got psychically.
Yeah.
But the last few weeks have been hell on wheels because of all the retrogrades, and it is a time to question.
And people feel setbacks and maybe it's not going to work.
Right. But the thing is, you got to keep moving forward and run for daylight, as they say in football.
Hope this helps, Phyllis. Nice to meet you.
Yes, yes, thank you. Nice meeting you.
Now,
It's our pleasure.
joining us from Tallinn in Estonia, our friend Elizabeth. Hi, good afternoon.
Oh, cool.
Hello, hello. I feel like every answer you're already given pretty much is my answer to the question that I have. So I'll still ask it anyways, but I have a feeling it's you're going to be repeating yourself. So in retrograde, I have been kind of all over the place of where to go next. And I get a lot of downloads and I'm trying to follow all of them and it's a little hard.
Are you talking about physically moving? Are you asking about physically moving?
No. My projects in my work. So I want to add on.
You want to know what to focus on?
Yeah, I want to add this new project and I'm wondering if that's just going to take me away or it's going to be a better idea to add this new.
Oh, when you asked about adding something new.
No, Anya.
What I heard, but what do I know?
I get the dreamer, which to me means you kind of have to take a break from worrying about all this and kind of dream on it some more. And it's, I would say also don't add on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I could quickly, like what I got was the Wheel of Fortune and I got the Hanged Man and then I got 4 of Cups. So all of this is, for me, the Wheel of Fortune is like you're just on this wheel, but you're not really moving forward. It's kind of this like, and then the Hanged Man, the thing that's actually the Hangman 4 Cups combination is so powerful because they both ascribe to this. There's another option coming that's better than anything that you're actually considering right now. And that this like hanged choice where you're not able to make a choice means that the right choice hasn't yet shown up. It's not ready to be given birth to. So I think that the agonizing, we can let that go because the right one is going to show up like a bolt of lightning. Again, using that, that reference. And you're going to know, but I feel like it's too much right now. It's a lot of busy work and it doesn't feel like it's the right thing. That's helpful.
Which makes the words I got, but I wasn't going to pull cards, but I just did for fun. I think Elizabeth, you know yourself better than anyone else will. And if you have doubt, it's like, you got to listen to that as much as you want to go forward with it. It's finding, because when you know it's the right thing to do, you don't ask, you just do it. Right. So by asking, that's you're to tell that you actually, it's probably not the right thing. And so so the words I got were, you're going to push, and yes, you'll get an accomplishment, but you're also bringing up risk. So if you push, if you go with what you're doing, you're putting something else that's you're taking for granted at risk. So beware or be aware.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. That makes sense.
And that answer really wasn't that similar to the other answers, so I'm glad you asked the question.
Well, her answer was for someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
One of the things about adding on to what you do is it prevents you from having the awareness of an opportunity that comes up for what you're already involved
like Jenna
in.
says, something completely that you don't have in mind.
Right, because it dilutes your time bank. Whereas you might notice something, you won't notice it because you're too busy.
We have this thing now where sometimes we stop and say, are we adding on?
Right.
We'll have a list of things we have to do and we say, are we adding on too much? And then we take something off.
But saying no is very hard too, because if it's something that comes through you, it is an inspiration. There is a thing to it, but it's finding the balance and finding a way. If that's what you truly want to do, then that's something to do, right? We're not here to tell you not to do something, but it's finding that balance that you feel comfortable. So then it just flows with your flow.
Well, people want to add on for FOMO, right? Fear of missing out.
Yeah. So it's,
I sense, Elizabeth, that you you've been able, one of the gifts that you have is that you're really good at leveraging what you have to springboard to other things. And like, I almost get the sense that you're some of the person who's like, okay, we've got milk, a potato and something else in the fridge. I'm going to make something out of this. And you're really good at doing that. But the universe is saying right now, this is not what needs to be done. There's actually something being percolated in your higher consciousness, but it's not ready for the prime time of your conscious mind yet. So my feeling is like you're getting that sense of teething, like there's something about to erupt, and I'm going through what I have to see what it is. And I need to make sure that there's no stone left unturned. But the reading is very clear that this is a new stone, but part of you, that your higher self is still crunching the numbers on that. So trust that it's going to show up and wash up on the shore of your consciousness when it's ready.
Hey, Jenna, you
Thank
have a
you.
book coming out, right?
I do. Yes, I do have a book coming out. Not until next November. It's like a whole year out. I'm like, oh, but it's called Will You Give Me a Reading? It's by Llewellyn. It's published by Llewellyn, and it is the art of being a good practitioner and reader for others.
What a great
That's wonderful.
title.
Because yeah, I would love to. I love your techniques, and it's wonderful that you'll be sharing them.
That's
All of my secret sauce. That's in that book.
Well, you always think that, but there'll be another book. Believe me.
Listen, at least you won't have the supply chain problem maybe by that time.
Hey, Richard Gordon's in the house.
Oh my God.
Somebody we've known for like 40 years.
And now,
Now,
go on. Hi.
You let your
In
mother
my
go.
defense, I like going to school because that's where my friends were. So I'm gonna put that out there. That's why I cried. So hi you guys.
Hey, how's it going? How goes the dissertation?
It's going great. I'm just waiting back. My feedback from my methodologist should come today because he's going to take exactly 10 days. It could be one page.
Okay. Okay, cool.
What's your question today? You're freezing up a little bit.
Yeah. We got to get you guys an Ethernet cable.
we can't hear her.
All of a sudden, she really froze.
Oh, man.
Should we come back to her?
Maybe we should come back, Lauren. Lauren, I can't hear you. You're muted. So, so maybe
We will come back.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you.
Yes. I asked the PhD question. It froze the whole thing up.
Is Catherine next?
Hi, I'm Catherine from New Jersey.
Thank you.
Hi.
It's my first time joining. My friend told me about Jenna. So
Oh.
So I had a question. I have a contract. I'm an independent contractor for many agencies, and this one contract is coming up next year in January, and I've been with it for 10 years, and I just wanted to get some guidance on whether to renew it or not.
You know, it's strange. I think you're really amazing at what you do, but I heard no.
Me too.
I got the planning card, which is like a pause. So yeah, don't decide to
Wow.
go stay. You plan. It'll become clear. This card sort of means make a list of all the benefits and all the things that aren't for your benefit, and sort of looking over where you come from and where you want to go. He's standing on the mountain there, kind of surveying all that he's done before. So that's the point you are now.
and it also means crossroads, and it also means the actual translation of the Chinese expression, the journey of 1,000 miles begins beneath your feet, not with the first step. The actual translation is beneath your feet. It's before you take the first step.
Mhm.
So it reinforces the planning aspect. And Jenna's been shaking her head, so she probably knows your situation.
Well, I don't, but I got to know too. And it's interesting because again, we get that Wheel of Fortune. But in this deck, it's the Norns, it's the Fates, right? So I'm getting that, and I'm getting the Magician along with Queen of Cups. And what I'm feeling is you saying no to this contract means that you get to say yes to yourself.
Right.
And that there's something really huge that you need some space for. And that magician, for me, that magician is, Catherine, what are you midwifing into the world? What is coming through you that needs that time and space that you know has long been there playing around? It's just the fear of letting go of that other structure so that this can happen. And I just feel like, yeah, say no and bring this other thing into the world that needs to be brought in. That's it. It's that simple.
And just to reinforce what you've heard, I said no immediately, and I got indecision, risk, and distractions altogether. So,
Wow, that's pretty definite.
yes. So, please set yourself free.
Thank you. Thank you
You know,
so
it works
much.
in the business. It works in the business world and in personal relationships. You said you've been with them for 10 years. Sometimes people don't want to let you be who you are now. And maybe these people,
Your evolution, maybe they want you to stay the same.
yeah, and you've moved on, and you have to go where they know who you are now. So I mean that's just a theory, but the psychic feeling I got seems to reinforce with everybody else.
Yes.
And of course, this was for everybody.
And of course, all of our free readings come with a money back guarantee.
Thank you
so much.
You're welcome. Hey, Barrett.
Hi, Barrett. Please unmute yourself.
Hey, Barrett.
Hey guys, you guys brought up crystals, and I noticed Amy's crystal that she's wearing. Is that amethyst?
Yes.
So what
I
would
don't
you?
know why, the purple thing.
Right. Well, I guess my question is, I've been trying to move up in my job, and actually move out and try to manifest something newer and in the network security where I want to go, and gridding the house for success that you guys were talking about earlier. What is the best way to do that? Like, what corner would you put the crystal in to help manifest?
Oh, you're talking about feng shui.
So
Is it like success, like fame success or financial success?
More like financial, I would say.
I would think network security, you could work anywhere, anytime, that they'd be looking for people left and right. Doesn't matter if you put the crystal in the toilet.
Well, I'm finishing my degree. I have about 11 classes left, and I actually finished my cybersecurity degree. So hopefully that will help, get me in the field. But, to actually be able to manifest this, to finish everything.
I don't know if there's an AT&T office near where you live, but I just saw the AT&T logo come up so big.
Did you?
Yeah, that would be a good place to apply to if they have that kind of situation where you are, if they have a node.
And when he gets that,
Yeah.
pay attention. So Bear, just on the feng shui thing, when you walk in the entrance of the room that you want to enhance, like your main room, whether it's your living room or your bedroom, it's the left-hand corner. So check it out in all your rooms, I would say.
Would you think like black tourmaline would be something good to place there? Or,
yeah, and they love growing. They love growing things and light. Make sure it's not dark.
Okay.
A crystal that can spin, that can reflect light. That's always good.
And
even
Michelle,
like Christmas lights.
Well, that's where I get half of my stuff from, is from Michelle. That's where I got my Moldavite necklace here.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
My God, who has Moldavite? I didn't think there was any left.
Right.
But she's like a crystal expert.
Yeah, and all the stones,
And
like malachite, the green energy is good for money. And then just put some coins there, a pile of coins, a dish of coins.
Right.
Do you have anything to add to that, Jenna? You like feng shui too.
Oh yeah, well, your career is like due north, and it's ruled by water, and the color is black. So black things, like you can hide things in feng shui to keep that chi. So something I used to do is I would get just construction paper of the color that's enhanced in that direction or location, and then I would hide it behind things. Those are called cures. So you can take like black construction paper even and put it behind other pictures on the wall. And that is a feng shui cure. So I would say look to the due north of the home,
Okay.
or the due north of specifically your office, and see if there are black things. So that black tourmaline would be perfect for that.
Cool.
Or anything water oriented. I would stay away from anything that is too earthy. So big potted plants are not going there, because that earth will turn that water to mud, and that works against the chi. So
Oh, gotcha. Cool. I'm learning new things. Feng Shui is completely new to me. So
We did a project called the Fortune Bell that was a feng shui project. Maybe
Really works,
it-
totally
it-
works.
It does.
yeah.
Jeff, you got anything else?
No, just for him to listen carefully to what you guys are saying.
Oh, it's interesting. Feng Shui. We actually had our house done by Pun Yin, whose family has been in Feng Shui for like
By the way, I
600
wasn't
years.
kidding. That wasn't a joke. That was serious. That was the message I got.
Oh,
Which
About-
is what?
to listen carefully to what you guys are saying. It wasn't a joke.
It's
Oh.
important for
No,
everybody's home.
I didn't think you were joking. Yeah, because we changed so much stuff in the house because of it.
We cut down a tree, that was hard.
That was hard.
yeah.
For some reason in Feng Shui, they don't like double trees. Like if two trees come out of the
It
same.
forked energy.
Really?
I can tell you why. So Chinese is my second language.
I didn't
I
know.
wanted to use that. So the word for trouble is Mathan, and Mathan is the character shows two trees and a house, like two small trees under a house. So so it's a very old kind of two trees is trouble, and I think it comes from that character.
Wow.
So-
Well, she came with, did you ever see the Feng Shui compass that has like 18 circles?
Oh my God, no.
No, she's serious, and her father is even more serious. But Feng Shui works, everybody. The energy
You can use it on a simple level or, get more advanced.
yeah, and you never want your bed to face the door because that's like they're carrying you out feet first. That's your that's basic. Or if you really want Feng Shui, watch your cat. Cats will
They
never
know, yeah.
they'll never sit in a bad place ever. They just won't.
They know how to face it right.
Welcome back, Rose.
Hi, good morning.
Hey Rose.
How did
I gave you guys a couple of weeks vacation because of Mercury, but now I'm coming full force with the flu. Can you please tell me what do you see in my next 60 days and if my project I just pitched goes ahead?
I think a lot of fluids are in your future. You want to stay hydrated if you have the flu.
Thank you, Mr. Kakamemi.
That's me. I didn't tell you I have a degree in cockamamie doctoring.
So I feel like you have a lot of anxiety about what you're asking about. I think we know that because
You ask the same question every week.
Right.
what I get is good news coming.
Yeah.
Yay!
Ooh.
Eight of Wands. So keep the faith.
Yay, thank you, Mrs. Kakamemi. Gina, please.
Yes, I've got two of wands here for you, and then also Ace of Swords. And finally, Two of Pentacles. Sorry, not Two of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. I really feel like this project's going to go through, but there's a little bit of management of expectation for you in terms of what that's going to initially look like. For me, that Page of Pentacles is success, but one that's small with the capacity to grow over time, rather than it just launches huge from the get-go. And that's what I'm seeing.
It's a long-term project, so I can see that. I am grateful for that.
And your three words from me today are details, introspection, and accomplishment. So
Yay!
we're
Thank you, guys. You made my week. I'm going to drink some liquid.
Good. Feel better.
Feel better.
How are we doing on time, Lauren?
Lauren, how are we doing on time? Please unmute. I can't hear you. Or just thumbs
I
up.
didn't say anything.
We have time.
Jeff, I didn't say anything. Relax. It's 1:22 and
Yes.
you have 10 questions. Sounds like it's going to work to me.
Oh my God, miracles do happen.
Yes. Welcome, Alejandro.
Alejandro, welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it. How are you doing today?
Good. So nice to see you.
Thank you. So, okay, I'll tell you my situation as quickly as I can. I bought a ticket to head to California to work at a weed farm and trim weed for like a month, save some money. I want to work there with an artist that I want to apprentice under. And then from there, I'm planning to move to Mexico permanently with this girl that I've been talking to. I'm not 100% sure if I'm in love or not, but we get along. And I don't know if I should stick to the career that I'm working right now. I'm a freelance interpreter online, and I will be doing the same thing in Mexico, hopefully.
So
But I'm considering.
what's the one question?
Okay, I'm considering career. So are these moves that I'm planning, are they the right moves for me? Is there anything that I need to be cautious of, or anything that I need to be on the lookout for in these plans that I have ahead of me in the next few weeks and
Okay,
months?
what I got psychically while they're pulling cards for you is that going to California is a good idea. I'm not so sure about what you'll be doing after that, that there might be changes that come about because of going to California, but that was a good thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't think you can plan 3 jumps ahead, I guess is what I'm getting.
So I got the King of Hearts. So that's you, the creative, the sensitive person. You know, make sure that you're not always Mr. Nice Guy. You know, make sure your boundaries, you know, as you go through all these changes. But I think it is going to be good for your creativity. And I get the Dawn card from the Wild Goddess, and that's hope. So, you know, that's really saying it's going to be a new day and a new adventure, and the sun's going to shine. So maybe that's Mexico. I guess California, the sun shines also.
Yeah. But of course, we defer to Jenna because she's the guest. And so whatever she says goes.
And she got those mountains.
All right. Well, the mountains, yeah. Alejandro, you know, as you were talking, psychically, I got very, very strongly that there's some unfinished business from your past that has to be completed before you can really move forward very well. And this unfinished business feels serious. I don't know if it's connected to family. I don't know if it's a kid. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but there's a sense of danger, but I don't think it's because of where you're going. It's because of something that shows up and like kind of puts a monkey wrench in the works as you're trying to make all these changes. And then I pulled some cards and I got 10 of Swords.
Whoa.
Yeah, I got 8 of Swords and I got the High Priestess. So I feel like if there's anything that you're leaving behind that's just unfinished business or something that you feel that you don't really have to deal with, you really do actually need to deal with it. I would also say there's a woman from your past. She's very intuitive. There could be some unresolved stuff with that person that needs to be resolved. And I feel like it comes up in a way that something happens where it impacts these multiple steps that you have in the next couple of chapters. Does any of this ring a bell for you, Alejandro?
Yes, it does. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I have trauma from a past relationship for sure.
Well, Jenna, thank you for those words because you provide context to this: fear, confidence, and dream. And that's where. So I as Monty was saying too, the California stuff sounds reasonably positive, but you know, you will have to deal with your past to get to your future. There's no way around that.
And it's not, you know, it's not, I don't want to say it's like, don't do these things.
No,
I always see these big, bright warnings coming from spirit as like, you've got this huge, amazing heads up to kind of circumvent the probability line at this point. And I think that's really powerful.
And for everybody, I mean, the planet Mars is just about exact, it's 2 degrees away from exact square with the planet Pluto. And whenever you have Mars and Pluto in hard aspect, always be careful. It's like,
it's intense.
Yeah.
It's not just, you know, superficial time. It's time. It's the time to really get our shit together.
Well, so yeah, and Mars is the aggressive energy available to the sun to get what it wants. Pluto is transformation. So there's this aggressive energy that everyone in the world is feeling to transform and to get control.
To make change, yeah.
And so there's also the possibility that some people feel like they get controlled by controlling other people. So that's why it's always a good idea to stay out of rough areas when Mars and Pluto are in square aspects. Don't do anything dangerous.
Risky, you know.
It's not the best time to learn skydiving or bungee jumping. you know, stuff like that. And you can't be surprised when you see in the news people acting out on aggression. But I'm not saying that that's necessarily part of what's going on. But Jenna got the 10 of swords, and anytime that card comes up in a tarot reading, stop, look, listen. You might need professional help to deal with traumas from the past.
But kudos to you, Alejandro, for asking, for coming here and coming forward and asking. That gives you a head start of what, on a positive note, of what can be. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah. You're a warrior for truth. Way to go.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
Hey, cousin, you driving? Pull over.
I don't know if I can. I'm okay though. I know the roads.
No, that's famous last words.
We will come back to you. Rachel will come back to you.
I'll come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here. Okay.
Can we go back to Fallon?
Yeah, what happened
No,
to
Flan's internet was so bad, they're gonna come back next week.
Okay.
Okay.
So who's next then?
Joyce is next.
Hey, Joyce. I think you're muted.
Hi. That's good. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hi, Jenna.
What you wearing?
I have beautiful sun earrings by Amy Zerner, and my law of attraction is working for me like crazy.
Oh, good.
Well, you're working like crazy too.
I'm so happy. So my question is how does my this week look, especially on the weekend?
Weekend. Okay.
And okay.
Is there something up with the ferry?
Oh, I don't know.
I just feel like if you think you're gonna, you have time for something, you might not have time for it. So like get to the ferry early.
That's always good advice.
No, but I think they're gonna have problems with one of the ferries. They're gonna be short. They're not gonna have enough.
Because Joyce lives on an island, she has to take the ferry. So I get the world card. So I think that's great. Either something international is going to be involved on the weekend, or you're really going to feel like you've graduated to the next level. And I got the alchemist. So I think all this transformational work you've been doing, in your art and in your life, it's going to pay off. But I think it's something powerful is coming on the weekend. You have to let us know.
Yeah, really.
Al's leaving for the weekend.
And when the owl is away,
it's only
the mice, they play.
No playing, just,
Just get a lot of art done.
Exactly.
Well, that's interesting that you guys mentioned that, because we do have the Empress showing up, but we also have Temperance and 4 Pentacles. So I feel, if you're like, okay, this is the week I'm really gonna sit down and get some stuff done. And the energy around that's like, maybe it's really still about resting. Maybe it's not quite as much as you'd like to. You're not gonna hit everything. With that Temperance card, just don't be nice to yourself. If you're, in bed until 10, whatever. And that 4 Pentacles, this feels like to me, so 4 Pentacles for me often is a card of just coming within or even withholding. So there could be some social plans. It's okay to say no and really just be very self-indulgent with your time for you.
I love that. Thank you.
Wow, that's beautiful. So I pulled twice, one about the ferry itself and then one about your weekend. I'm curious. Because on the ferry, actually, literally on the heels of what Monty was saying, I got delay, patience, and then enchantment. Maybe if he was waiting to leave and then he left, and then you're happy, whatever. And then and then it's transformation, reflection, and confidence. So all in all, a good weekend for both, I hope.
So that ties in so beautifully.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's great. That's really terrific. And you're right about learning to say no. It doesn't come in my vocabulary.
Hey, Joyce, did you ever use gold leaf or something? I just because I got the alchemist card for you.
Yes.
Something to think about.
Yes, I have a lot of paintings that I use gold leaf in.
Nice.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now pulled over to the road and not driving. Welcome back to the show, Rachel.
Hi. Yes, I'm pulled over. So my question is, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. My question is regarding this part-time job I have at a music school. I've been having these like weird dreams about and related to that, I sort of feel like the director wants me to take on more training, and she wants me to like do her books and take on more students and blah blah blah. And I just sort of,
That's what I felt. I felt like they want you to be there full time.
yeah, but like I don't know if that's where I want to put my energy. I feel a little pressured because I'm not like, obviously I'm trying to set my life up right when I'm gone with the army, but I want to make sure that I'm really, utilizing the right thing. I feel like I can't say no to her. Speaking of,
What's the question? What's the question?
Should I trust this woman or should I just not?
No, that was an easy one.
I get the temperance card, so take your time. Don't feel pressured into anything. And I get the worrier from the wild goddess. And
Not the warrior, the worrier.
I think you are feeling the pressure and it's making you spin into, what if. And I don't think you should feel that way. You just make your boundaries in your mind of what you can do or what next steps. Don't feel like you have to fulfill all her requirements. She might just be testing you to see how much you are willing to take on. So maybe take on a little more and just say that's all I can do for now. We'll see where it leads. You make your own rules about it.
I mean, you have a unique situation. You're in the army where you have to trust the person next to you in a battle situation. But other than that, I don't trust anybody. And it comes from, except her, of course, because we are in a battle situation here. But you know what I mean? People are going to do what they're going to do for their own good. That's something
they all see how much they can get out of you.
Right. So that's why me and Jeff were like leaping to no, don't trust them. Why? Why should you trust them? Because they're out for themselves, and you can't blame anybody for it, right? Jenna?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I always defer to the guest because I don't necessarily know what I'm talking about.
Well, it's interesting. The three cards I pulled for you are the World.
Nice.
Two of Swords and Two of Pentacles. And what I'm hearing below the question, like one thing I've learned is that the question people ask is really the question. It's the question below that question.
Yes.
Great.
And the question I'm hearing is, I'm kind of low-key panicking about my next step, and I'm not sure what that looks like, but I'm being given this opportunity, but this opportunity doesn't also feel right, but at least it's something. And what I'm seeing is really allow yourself to stay in the liminal space of, I don't yet know what that other thing is, but I'm still open to other opportunities. So if this opportunity doesn't strike as right, again, just because we are invited doesn't mean we have to accept. That's not, and I think a lot of us, especially women, we're kind of like, oh, maybe this is opportunity because we're, nope. With that Two of Swords, this tells me that you really still need the time to figure out what the heck else is next for you. And that is going to be a time of a little bit of controlled chaos. This is a big cultural shift for you because you're going from the military, which is like, you wake up at this time, you eat this, do this, da, 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 da. And now it's like, okay, now the world is your oyster. Now, what are you going to do? That's a big shift. And you need to give yourself time to allow yourself to make that shift. And don't let panic push you into a situation that doesn't really feel right.
Wow. And so Jenna said everything I was going to say, but much more eloquently. So I'll just say this. That you were recognized as having lots of talent, and this person's trying to take advantage of you, and just because you have the job doesn't mean, as again it was said, that the job's for you, because you can do many things, and I appreciate the need to be grounded a little bit so that you have confidence, but you're awesome. I know that you want to see that you're awesome and you want the jobs and stuff, but breathe, let yourself be, don't say yes to everything, please, and give yourself the opportunity to find something else that you don't feel so much pressure, where you're allowed to do what the job requirement is and not have to extend yourself beyond the boundaries. So this is ever a question for you, because you are very talented, easily recognized. They can see your light, and people are going to take advantage of you. Just that's how they are. So if you could find a balance where you're comfortable and confident together, you'll be fine. And don't worry about saying no to this person, because if you leave because they're overworking, because it's not what you signed up for, you can leave with the confidence you will get something better. It just, doors open for you. You just have to allow yourself to see them, because I will take the bet. I'm willing to take a bet. If you leave, you'll get another job. Without a doubt. I mean, I would take that bet, because you will. So in this position, as you have it, have the confidence to say no, and hold steady to what you believe is what you're supposed to do, and smile while you do that, please.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I mean, the teaching is fine. I chose, to go do a gig today instead of, she wants me to teach babies music and stuff. And I'm like, that's going to use my voice, number one, a lot, when I need to really save it for performances. But like doing her books and stuff, I'm like, I mean, I'm nervous, I'm just like, I feel panicked. Everything everyone said was right. So
that's why you tune in to Ask the Oracles, because we know what we're talking about.
Light and love.
Monty, I hope you're not mad from last night.
Not at all. God, no.
All right.
Okay, not at all. And Jenna really nailed you there, and she doesn't know you as well as we do. That was good.
That was beautiful, actually.
Oh, there's one thing I do want to mention, and not to call you out that you were driving, Rachel, but the reason why I'm not able to read for people while they're driving is not like they're distracted, but their distraction actually makes it harder for me to grab what I need to grab clairvoyantly from them, if that makes any sense. The way I read, whether it's you or the person you want, like your spouse or whatever, it's like links on a chain. And so when you're focused somewhere else, that energy isn't as easily connecting. So this is why I recommend for everybody on whatever side of the table that we're really giving each other. It's like just really makes that channel for me clearer when I know I've got you and you've got me, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
definitely. And we also say, people shouldn't be inebriated or obsessing about, you really have to kind of come into your center, both you and the reader together, and it makes the best exchange.
Well, drive safely.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Oracle Council. How are you today?
We're good here, floating in space on the space station.
I'm in a weird place and struggling with some challenges, and I was
We
wondering.
always thought that about LA. It's a weird place.
I'm in a weird.
We got it. We got
it.
I'm trying to figure out how to make it one question. So, how can I best appreciate the journey of my life, or what can I do to thrive during this process as I'm facing challenges to appreciate the journey? If I know it's two questions, but if you can kind of incorporate them.
I think we understand.
It's funny. I had the image of you doing, like, what do they call it? Like a toboggan or a slalom, or what's the thing? The luge, where they just go on a sled and they lie down and go down at like 90 miles an hour. Yeah. And I got the Venus card, which is pleasure from good times. I think you really have to do something that you love and enjoy. Cherish, enjoy, charm, art, and beauty are the way to.
And I get the wounded, which is to be gentle with yourself, to embrace everything. Doesn't have to be on such a high level all the time. Maybe you're challenged and you just have to be kind and do some self-care and be gentle and accepting of yourself, because you're in the boat with so many other people, especially now. So we've all been wounded in some way, but kind of embrace that. But I do feel you're going to have a breakthrough, maybe by taking that gentle self-care time. I get the Ace of Wands. So that's really something new is coming. If that's what you want to know.
Yeah. I don't like where I am now, so I need something new to come.
Okay.
Yeah, as you were talking, I got this incredible kind of image of what feels like a tornado or hurricane whirling like above your crown chakra. Like there's just a lot going on like the highest levels of you, all the way down to like your root chakra self, like just your physical stuff. And it's an interesting question you asked, like, how do I appreciate? Because the reading isn't answering that question. The reading is talking about stabilization and choices. So we have 8 of Cups. I love this card, actually. It's one of my favorites. But for me, Eight of Cups is what do you need to let go of? Even though it works okay, but it's not really working as good as you'd like it to. Like, this is like, how do we just say no early and often? And that really comes from a place of knowing ourselves. So there's something or a series of things that you need to walk away from, not because they're necessarily terrible, but they don't speak to your truth on the highest level. They're not part of this existential transformation that you're undergoing right now. Also, I want to speak to stabilization. So Knight of Pentacles for me is like slow and steady wins the race. Like, really just like, am I eating enough? Am I sleeping? Am I hydrated? Really about stabilization, what can be stabilized as you do this process of clearing out. And then finally, I would say if you don't have a dream journal, please start your dream journal, because there's a lot of downloads happening to you and through you at night. Here we have Hecate here, with the past, present, future. There's a lot of things kind of being distilled and pulled together from your past, your present, and future, and it's happening on this higher plane. So, yeah, that's the reading. I hope it's helpful.
Wow.
It was good, Jenna.
Beautiful. Goodness. Amanda, 3 words for you, and I'll focus on the last one: nurture, trust, and muse. And just as advice, seek out or act. What does it say? Seek out or act as a positive, inspiring, and helpful muse to another's creativity. So Monty's words, and I actually feel that would help you through what you're going through to actually, because I know how passionate you are, and I don't think you actually. I think you are muse to many causes as is. It's just to actually allow yourself to be that person that is attached to that, and to get into that creative flow again and find yourself in a creative way.
Definitely. Thank you, Oracle Council. I knew. Happy Monday to all. Have a great week.
I just want to read from the Enchanted Tarot book that I wrote. Yes, I have to read from it. I'm sorry. There must now be a retreat from emotional involvement. Too much concentration on others has left you unfulfilled. You may have given away too much. You may have to abandon that which you once sought and seek something that is more worthy of your effort and sacrifice. You now have the opportunity to find new direction.
God, that ties into what everyone was saying.
Yeah.
That was our 8 of Hearts, right?
Right. And that was written in 1988 for you right now, today.
Wow.
Across time.
Yes, across the universe. We'll go John Lennon on you now.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Amanda.
Hey, Bernie, welcome.
Bernie,
hey,
out of the forest into the sky.
Into the sky, trying to be sunny disposition here.
Cool.
So it seems like a retrograde seems to be the big issue, and then the last week things have not gone as planned in business wise, and the different partners and different projects have been a little bit on edge. I'm feeling fine. It's like, well, yeah, that's unfortunate, and carry on, but they all seem to be at odds. Will this kind of calm down in the next week or so, or is this retrograde going to take me on a week to run?
The answer is
no. The next week.
Thanks. Give me some good news. Tell me.
It's getting weirder, and I'll tell you why. I mean, right now we're in the 3rd level of a square 90-degree angle between the planet Uranus over here that looks like a TV antenna.
Yeah.
Yep. Right. And the planet Saturn, and they'll be exact on the 23rd, 24th, depending on where in the world you are, of December. And this is the 3rd and final of their squares. And anytime Saturn and Uranus are in hard aspect, conjunction, opposite, or square, shit happens. And
nice.
Yeah, and it's the kind of thing where you can't make plans unless you're planning for the unexpected, in which case you won't be disappointed.
Yeah. So you're not telling me where to put the finger in the dike, though.
No, there's no way. I mean, with Uranus and Saturn, you just have to be able to roll with it.
Okay.
I got
go ahead.
King of Hearts. So you have to be even more understanding than usual and more compassionate. There are situations, because it's a chain reaction, all these retrogrades. They're having a lot they have to deal with, and it affects what you have to deal with. Of course, this too shall pass, but even more understanding and compassion for
Okay. So group hugs. Lots of group hugs.
What do you get, Jenna?
It's an interesting one. I feel like there's one thing that you're going to just have to just kill, for lack of a better word. I'm getting 10 of Swords. But that 10 of Swords is coming with Ace of Wands and Knight of Wands.
Wow.
So I feel like a lot of this is going to shift. Most of this is going to shift, but there's going to be one that you're just going to have to cut your losses with, or burn that bridge. I mean, really, I'm not sure which one that is. It's probably the one that's causing you the most grief. But that, if this is like, I almost get the sense, and I don't know if this is accurate, almost like you're a consultant, and this is one project, one person. And I feel like one of these, you just got to fire them. And when you do, something is going to take its place. It's going to be quite nice.
Okay, I can work with that.
And I just
thank you.
Once again, on Jenna's heels, resistance, dream, and success. So find that object to remove, and opens up the opportunities, as you know how that feels.
And I don't want everybody to think everything's all bad. Today's actually a really good day to initiate stuff, because you see Mars and the Sun are together, 22 degrees Libra, 25 degrees Libra, and here's Jupiter over here in Aquarius, 20 to 22 degrees. So Mars trine Jupiter is actually a really good day to initiate stuff.
New ideas, right? Libra and
because Libra,
Aquarius.
they're all air signs. So do not think it's all negative stuff. And remember, people made fortunes during the Depression. So it's all about preparation and knowing yourself. You know what Sun Tzu said, if you know yourself and you know your enemy, you need not fear the result of 100 battles.
Okay.
It's easy for him to say.
Bernie's like, okay.
Okay. Hugs and light. Here we go.
I can't see Sun Tzu hugging anybody, actually.
With a sword, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Very carefully.
Welcome back.
Hi, Oracle Pals. How are you?
We're good. So great to see you.
Thanks, you got your wild goddess.
I did, and I got my Amazon review up already too.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. Everybody who has our books, if you can make reviews, we really appreciate it.
Yes, we'll give you a free reading.
Free reading here on Ask the Oracles.
Oh, well, we're grateful for our readings. Thank you so much. They may be free, but they're deeply meaningful. Thank you.
We try our best. And how can we help you today?
Thank you. Well, I'm starting to see results from the new initiate direction I've taken in the last few weeks with your guidance, which terrifies me, because usually about this time I start rolling square bowling balls into everything and knocking it over. What should I keep in mind or focus on or initiate today, Monty, to propel me forward for success, for securing that base, locking it down long term?
Well, obviously, it must be the answer to your question was me coming up with the Mars trine Jupiter ahead of your question.
Yes.
So it must mean initiated. That today's a good day to initiate it, and tomorrow, of course.
This card's come up a few times.
Mastery.
So it's the Eight of Pentacles, which is mastery, doing what you do best is basically what it's saying, and everything is going along the way it should be. I think you have put a lot of work into the details and building it brick by brick. And facing your shadow. I got the shadow from the wild goddess. You know,
her.
which are part of our work. Those shadow bricks.
Right.
Shadow
She's
bricks.
the one I'm worried about.
Yeah. Can I hear your question one more time, please? I want to make sure I'm speaking from the right perspective.
Thank you, Jenna. I'd like to know what attitude or action would be best for me to take today on this day of initiation to assure my success on the path that I have initiated.
Okay, great. So I pulled the Devil.
Oh, great.
And I pulled Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is making itself known big time today.
Good.
And then I got Three of Pentacles here. So what I'm seeing here is, for me, often the devil shows up as our inner resistance, or that little devil on your shoulder that's like, and you just like, shut up. And so I feel like there's some really good shadow work to be done for you today around that's really building a self-compassionate relationship with yourself, because as you're moving into the edges of your comfort zone, that devil on your shoulder just gets louder and louder and starts really kind of trying to make a ruckus. So with this 8 of Cups around it, is like, what are we sacrificing? We're sacrificing this part of our anxiety that's always trying to keep us safe, but a little too safe. That keeps us from growth. So this is big, big, big for you. And 3 of Pentacles, when you need a check-in, really reach out to people that are close to you so that they can help you align with these changes that you are making.
Oh, that's really great. Thank you, Jenna. Jeff, you got some more words for me today?
I do have words, and these are the words that came up. And I guess to answer your question about how to best position yourself. So the words I got were wounds, distraction, and enchantment, which means to me that if you deal with stuff that maybe, think of what wounds you may have and eliminate the distractions, you will get to that moment of enchantment. So, and empower you to get to where you want to be. And I don't know what they are. You may know. And if not, but I do think that when you don't distract and stay on mission, you will definitely get to where you want to be.
That sounds great. And the wound seems to reiterate that shadow side, maybe.
Yeah.
So I need to look at maybe some Farberzerner resources there for shadow work or some such. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate all your help.
You're welcome.
The Wild Goddess definitely is a good thing to work with the shadow work, actually.
Oh, good. Well, I've got it.
You got your fire burning.
It's so nice. That was Daniel's way of telling you guys hello today. He had to go to work, but he left me a fire.
Oh, that was nice.
Said to say hello to you.
Thank you, Susan.
Just a time check. We have 3 people, including Tara. So that's Tara and 2 more. And it's a 1:55. I'm not telling you to rush because Richard Gordon and Tara are next. And I don't know if either of them ever had a question, but they came in late to the thing.
Lightning round.
Hey, Tara.
So you got Tara.
Hi, Tara. What's your question?
Well, I was wondering maybe if you could explain a little more, because I've been listening about the planets and stuff for the next 3 days, because my mind kind of feels like a sieve and I'm not hanging on to the information well enough to use it.
Well, what do you want to know? What do you want to know about doing?
Well, it seems like there's things going on with the planets in the next 3 days that could maybe benefit me if I knew more for myself how to use it or how I should take that information and what I should really focus on for the next 3 days.
This will help everybody.
Yeah, well, when you have Mars trine Jupiter, it means fortunate action. Okay. So it means don't sit on your butt. It means, actualize your ideas.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I use a keyword method for teaching astrology. I've been doing that since Karma cards back in '88.
Love them.
And thank you so much. And there's a lot of Mars stuff going on now. Mars square Pluto is control yourself and don't let others control you.
And stand up for yourself. And also we keep talking about innovate. So when you communicate, try a new way, try to be clear, try a different angle, not the old way. And
this is a great time to strike a blow for freedom, because Libra is all about balance and harmony and
what makes you feel free.
Right. But does that answer your question? I mean,
yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head of what I need to focus on, because as a Gemini, I feel like I'm always struggling between
with a Gemini, there's always 2 of you. So
I know, at least.
It's never not going to be any other way.
Yeah.
So just go for it. This is a good time to go for it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And now Richard, who we haven't seen in a long time, who we actually know.
Wait, Richard, you haven't changed at all.
Right. What's your secret? We're asking you a question.
Oh, good. I'm unmuted. Hey, it's great to see you guys again.
It's a pleasure. And how can we help you? What's your question?
Good question. Well, first of all, my sun sign is at 22 degrees of Gemini, so there's a grand trine.
Correct.
And Jupiter, so that's great. When we chatted briefly the other day, I asked about intimate relationships, and you said you saw somebody that was foreign. Well, it's interesting. I'm considering the possibility of visiting someone in Israel. We work together spiritually. There's a potential romance there, but I don't know. But it's very powerful soul connection.
So you got to know the word shitach. Isn't that correct, Jeffrey? Is that the right word?
Yeah, no, but it is yeah. Yes.
Well, do you want to know how that's going to go,
So
Richard?
the sense is any guidance on the proper nature of this relationship.
Okay.
What an interesting question.
Wow.
Oh, I get the Ace of Pentacles. That's a reward.
Wow.
I'd say go for it.
Yes. I used to get all excited and say, oh, it's like the gold American Express card.
But that's like nothing anymore.
Until I met someone who had a black American Express card who will remain nameless.
Anyhow, I feel really good there with that card. What do you get, Jenna?
Well, I can't believe it's been this late before we got any kind of love question. I'm floored by that.
That's that. Welcome to Ask the Oracles.
Yeah. I got the Chariot. Like, go for it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely. Yeah.
I think you know that, right, Richard?
Yeah, it feels right. It's really the question. What I've been getting is to allow it to unfold to see what happens.
It's
There's
good.
a
It's
very
good.
powerful energy here.
And now our resident Israeli expert.
I don't pull cards. I am going with the consensus here. I felt good when you first said it, Richard. I think, and you know it too. And just follow the path as it's revealed to you, and stay that course because you can reap those rewards. Yes,
it's
good. You'll keep us updated. Do we have anyone else for a question, or did we?
Thank you, Richard. So great to see you.
Great to see you, Monty. It's great to see you, Amy. Thank you so much. And
Well, it's our pleasure. Congratulations.
Jeff and Jenna also. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Tara.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're our last question for the day. So it's bad luck if we lose your business, like Mallory's side, the clothing.
I have a simple question, or so I think it's simple, but it's deeper than that. My question is, how do I know the difference between my intuition versus fear?
Wow, great question.
Well, fear has a purpose. Fear is to keep us safe. So, you really have to, in terms of my own growth, when I would get intuitions, I would see if they were accurate and not assume they're accurate. And just try until I started to get more confident. But you got quite the card here. You got the
priestess from the wild goddess. The message is be still and know, which is very important, to receive those accurate messages.
And I want you to see the words on the other side of the card. It literally says, be still and know and listen to your hunches and intuition. So that's about as specific an answer as you can get.
Yeah.
Hell yes, it is. I love that.
So I'm going to add some advice, and this is just from me because I teach people about how to tap into their psychic capabilities. And for me as a clairvoyant, it is like the information has no emotion to it. It's just information. And then I respond with emotion. So it could be like, Timmy's down the well. Oh, Timmy's down the well. Like, so if that initial thing has emotion, the initial moment, that for me is typically anxiety or worry and not the actual intuitive hit. The intuitive hit comes quietly, incredibly fast. That's why you see a lot of intuitors, they talk really fast in their reading. It's because we're trying to get it out as fast as it's coming in. And for me, it typically lacks any kind of emotion. My emotions are always the response to that information. So that's where I would say, kind of take a look at that.
I love that.
I love that.
I didn't know Lassie was
Timmy. Yes.
Timmy's down the well.
Timmy's down the well.
Hey, big applause for Jenna.
Yay, Jenna.
I love the way you work and articulate your answers. And thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Lauren, and thank you, everybody, for joining
And Harry,
us.
we actually can see.
Oh, there's Harry. Hey, Harry.
And thank you, Amy. Thank you, Monty. And if it's Mondays, it's time for
Ask the Oracles.
Till next week. Wow. Thank you. It was a wonderful show.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
So fun.
And now the after party.